What's good, YouTube? In this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the bad guests you guys can encounter on Turo while you guys are a host. If you guys are thinking about doing Turo or ordering on Turo, I'm gonna share some tips that I learned to basically reduce getting bad guests. I've been on Turo for a whole year now, and I've had a couple bad guests, but not the worst. And I can say on Turo, most of your guests are gonna be good. You feel me? Most of your guests are gonna be good, but you're just gonna have that a little bit of bad guests. You feel me? So I'm gonna share a trick that I learned while doing Turo, so to never get those kind of guests again. So back then, Turo had this thing where the host had the choice to accept or decline a trip. So if a guest booked your car, you had the option to accept it or decline it. And most of the hosts would go over the guests' reviews and their star rating. And if a guest had a bad star ratings or if a guest had a bad review, they most likely were declining their trip. So a lot of guest trips were getting declined, and Turo made an update where hosts couldn't they couldn't decline or accept the trip no more. It was automatically accepted. So if a guest booked your trip, whether they have good reviews or bad ratings, it did not matter. It was automatically booked and accepted, and so you had no choice but to get your car ready and hand it off to a bad guest. So there's a trick that you guys can use to basically not have bad guests booked from you again. That's the only way, but on that first trip, it's automatically accepted. So the kind of bad guests you guys could get on Turo is, one, I would say the worst case scenario are the guests that steal your car. And to avoid this, you guys gotta have a tracker. Make sure you guys have trackers on your vehicles so you guys know where your vehicles are at all times. But that is a case scenario I've been hearing happening, and it never happened to me. Hopefully it never does. But yeah, it does happen where guests, they book your vehicle, they take it, and they never come back with it. Ain't no telling what they're doing with it, you feel me? I've had a guest return my vehicle late, and I got reimbursed for that, so that wasn't too bad. I got reimbursed. I got money. I got paid. I'm not complaining. And then the second kind of worst guest you guys can get is, I would say, guests that just made your car super dirty. You know what I'm saying? They just don't clean it, make your car super dirty, and don't care about your car, you feel me? And to be able to avoid that kind of guest is just after that first trip, you guys gotta rate them. Make sure you give them a rating of 3 stars or lower, because once you give them a 3 stars or lower rating, they will never be able to book from you again. Yeah, that's right, man. They'll never be able to book your car again. And hopefully, man, those kind of guests get removed from Turo, because sometimes I did get those guests, but it's not often though. Most of the time, like I said, I do get good guests. It's just a couple times, and that cleaning one is just crazy that people just make your car super dirty. And there are some great guests that, you know what I'm saying, they take your car to a car wash, they bring it back clean and washed, man. I'm so grateful for those people. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all can book my cars anytime. And the third kind of worst guest you guys can get will be, say for instance, if a guest has a small damage where you don't want to follow a claim, but you have to resolve it with your guest, and they don't want to accept paying for their damages that they caused. So on Turo, they have an insurance plan on there, and depending on which insurance plan you get, they have deductibles. They have, I think, a $750 deductible, and then at the 65% plan, I think it's a $0 deductible, but you don't make as much. And right now I'm currently on the 90 plan, and the 90 plan is like $1,700 deductible. That means that if somebody damages my car and it's like a small damage, and say for instance the damage is worth like $100 or $200, that's not even enough for me to file a claim because my deductible is $1,700. So I have to resolve that with my guest. And if a guest doesn't accept paying that, then basically I have to come out of pocket. And this only happened to me once, where my windshield got cracked and I had to pay $200 to fix my windshield because the guest didn't approve their payment. And that's what I'm saying, that it's the worst kind of guest you can get because they cause the damage and they don't want to pay for it. And sometimes guests do pay for it, but like I said, sometimes you get bad guests that don't want to pay for that, and it's like there's nothing you can do really. But Turo does work on their side of removing bad guests, and that's a win for me. And I like that they're removing bad guests, because man, as long as you have good guests on there, man, Turo for hosts is going to be smooth, and we'll be able to make money and grow our business. So those are our 3 worst kind of guests you guys can get. But yeah, I can't think of nothing else but besides those 3. So yeah, I think those 3 are the worst kind. And next time, if they try to book your car and you give them a 3-star rating, they won't be able to book your car. So that's a good thing. So they haven't rated anybody 3 stars yet, but I have been thinking about rating a few people 2 stars, 1 stars, 3 stars, so they don't book for me again. And this was the one with the cracked windshield where she didn't want to pay. And then the cleaning one, the one they make your car dirty, super dirty. I hate that, but there's nothing really you can do besides just clean your car, you feel me? Now it's coming back to my head, like, bro, there's a lot of bad guests out there. Some of them smoking your car, cigarettes. I just thought about that, man. I hate that, you feel me? That didn't happen to me a lot. It only happened to me maybe twice in a whole year where somebody smoked cigarettes in my car. That was horrible, man. So I guess that's going on. That's probably number 4, the worst type of guest you can get. And then, yeah, that's it, man. 4 worst type of guests you guys can get, man. You know what I'm saying? So rate them a 1 star or 2 stars so they never book from you guys again. And I'm gonna start doing the same thing. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.